Players so often charge forward, but then if the opponent attacks, they hit that next ball all over the place. So that's what we'll talk about today. Hi guys, Sandy here. We so often see players like running forward, they've hit a good lob, their opponents have gone back, and their opponents are attacking off the glass, and we often see this volleyer kind of block this ball out of control and it goes out towards the glass or out towards the fence. And so today we really want to try and fix that and make sure that when you're hitting your block volley, you can hit that in the direction that you want, you're ready for it, and you're not going to miss any more of those. So we briefly described that situation. Usually it comes from when there's been a lob, but not necessarily. You could have hit a kind of easy volley for them to attack either before or after the glass. And then you as the net player are suddenly defending, which is a really interesting part of paddle because you can be at the net position and also defend, yeah? So in this situation, they are looking like they're going to hit an aggressive ball. If you can see that's going to happen, always expect it. Yeah, we far too often see, you know, one player hit 2, 3 balls, and then the player that's not playing those balls, they kind of bring their racket down, they're watching their partner, and suddenly the aggressive one comes towards them and they're caught by surprise. Yeah, so the first thing is expect every single ball to come to you. Actually, no matter what you're doing on the paddle court, whether you're at the back, at the front, you're hitting bandejas, volleys, whatever it is, expect that every ball will come to you, and then you will make sure that you're ready for every ball. So when we talk about expecting it, usually you can see from your opponent's body position. If they're running off that back glass and they're in a position where they're going to be like this and come through and hit an attacking bahada, or on the forehand side, or they've already done this multiple times in the match, you can learn to expect a fast ball, yeah? So if that is the case, you come up to your net position, you see that they're going to be attacking, you're anticipating, you know, a bullet coming towards you, and therefore you want to prepare. Now you need to make sure that your racket is in this position. At a beginner and kind of low intermediate level, get your racket in this position so that you can react fast. At higher levels, the ball comes a lot faster, and therefore you would actually bring the racket a little bit closer towards you on the backhand side, because you will cover the majority of your body with your backhand in this situation, yeah? So, but at a beginner level, it's more important to get that racket in a central position so you can go either side, because often players are here and then they're not reacting fast enough at a beginner level. So you can see the kind of separation there. But either way, in this position here, on your toes, you're expecting that ball, you're split stepping, and then you're immediately preparing for that block. When it comes to your net position for this blocking, normal net position is by the second post, one small step in front, and this is usually a good start point, you know, for moving forward or back in this position. And the blocking is no exception, but it does depend on, you know, the level of your opponents. For example, if your opponents are good at hitting a really fast, aggressive bahada, but they're not so good at hitting an angle off that, a softer angle or down to the feet, for example, then you can actually take, you know, an extra step forward, because, you know, then you're cutting off more angles for that fast shot, yeah? If your opponents do not get behind the ball and they're often ending up lobbing, then you can be in this position here, and you would then expect that as well as expecting, you know, that faster ball. But generally speaking, you want to be in a similar net position, yeah? If you feel confident moving further up the court and they're hitting loads and loads of fast balls at you, then you can move further up and you can kind of block from that position, because also that will take the time away from them. When it comes on where to aim this really depends on the situation on the court. Quite often the lob goes down the middle and the player on the left-hand side, they move across to take it, leaving a gap on their side, yeah? And in that case, you would want to just try and block into the open space. Or if you lob the player on the right, they usually want to try and come round and use their forehand. So again, they create a little bit space in that corner. You do not need to hit a high risk shot on this next one. Block it back into the corner, because remember that you're defending from the net position, yeah? And you want to then block that into the space and regain your dominant net position with your partner, so that potentially you could attack on the next ball. This is a real confidence shot in paddle, and what I see far too often is players hit a lob, they come up to the net, and their opponents hit one aggressive shot, and then after that, the players are kind of edging back in the court and they're worried about coming forward. But if for example, that person hits one really fast, aggressive bahada as a winner, you just need to say, yeah, well played, and then go back for the next point and put them under that pressure situation as often as you can, yeah? If it's something that it's happened 10, 12, 14 times in your match, then yes, you need to address that and you need to think about your positioning or the direction of your lobs. But if it's once or twice, like, have confidence, keep doing the right things, and either your opponents will make a mistake or you'll be in a better position to hit that ball. Now, we've just brought out a volley masterclass course, and in that course we've got 16 videos, 8 weeks of all the different volleys, and we go through, obviously, one is the killer volley that we've already discussed, one is the block volley, and we go into such depth and we explain how you can learn these. We give you some practice exercises of what you can be doing. So I'll put that link down there, but that is a really good place to go if you want to make volleys a major part of your game.